Hello again, long time no see, but since I just started Pro Wrestling Sim, I wanted to do a little bit Total Extreme Wrestling again. But as you know, I do this one a little bit different. I'm not playing actively, I just watch and see what happens and how the story of professional wrestling gets rewritten by the computer here. We started in the summer of 1996. Now we are in October of 1996. Stone Cold Steve Austin has already won the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. We just had Halloween Havoc. Let's quickly remind ourselves what happened there. The Giant defeated the Warrior to retain the WCW World Heavyweight title. Scott Hall defeated Randy Savage. Lex Luger retained the WCW World Television title, and so on. So WCW is still number one seemingly. So we had they drew 34,000 fans with that pay-per-view, blah blah blah, and I think everything else I showed you in the last video. And I found out that I have to play around in my recording software here sometimes, because if I click on stuff like this, then you can see the menu opening, but if I get like a third level menu, like I click here, now you can see, but maybe if I click on another, if there is another layer of videos, then sometimes you couldn't see that in the videos. Now I know that, and I may always have to check twice if you can see the same stuff that I'm seeing on the screen. Otherwise I may have to click a few buttons here. So, 2 Gold Scorpio, 30 years old. Yeah, also I had to update, I had to install a new update, 1.4, I guess with a few fixes and so on. So we advanced a day. Oh, who is that? I've seen that guy before. Nice teeth. So the game is loading. We will again go until the next set of pay-per-views. WWF will have the Survivor Series, I assume, and WCW, I'm not sure. So, in New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Great Tag League final report. Let's have a look at that. So they drew 24,000 fans. Feedback is positive. Jushin Thunder Liger was the star of the show. Where can we get the results here? Just want to see the main event. Keiji Muto and Jushin Thunder Liger defeated Antonio Inoki and Hiroshi Hase, or how do you pronounce it? Hase? Hase is a German word. In a ladder match, the Road Warriors defeated Cho-Ten. So these were only tag team matches, so good that the game can simulate something like that. The Road Warriors had a title victory. WWF Superstars broadcast 1.0 TV rating. Atsushi Onita staying with FMW, or will he have an exploding fruit market match again, or what are his plans? Takashi Ishikawa. So we will update. So now we have a Monday Night Raw television rating 1.39 with over 1 million viewers. We have results from Monday Nitro. The star of the show was Macho Man Randy Savage. They drew 10,000 fans in Manly Field House. Let's see the results of that program. So I'm only reading the pre-show for the pay-per-view. So they have a 79 rating, sold out show, 2.56 TV rating. That's a lot. They started with an angle. Randy Savage and the Giant came face to face backstage, got separated. John Tenta defeated Greg the Hammer Valentine. There was a backstage segment with DDP, an interview with Ted DiBiase. Conan and Harlem Heat defeated DDP and Rough and Ready. There was an interview with Scott Hall, backstage segment with Booker T. Always a bit vague. I don't know what exactly happened backstage. Dean Malenko defeated Jim Duggan. There was a backstage segment with Mean Gene Okerlund. Randy Savage defeated Max Muscle. Who the hell is that? There was a backstage segment with Arn Anderson. Kevin Nash defeated Glacier. Warrior and Sting defeated the Four Horsemen. Chris Benoit and Arn Anderson. And Lex Luger defeated Kevin Sullivan to retain the WCW World Television title. Yeah, we don't know what happened backstage. We only get the rating. Or do we see what actually happened? No, we do not see that. So then ECW Hardcore TV aired with an 005 TV rating. I'm still not sure how to read these numbers. 005, 0.05, is that correct? 0.05. I'm not sure, but I guess you'll understand what I mean. Pat Tanaka is injured. And we continue. Yeah, if you can help me brush up my English, let me know. I think I looked that up a few months ago, but it has been a while. So we have Monday Night Raw results, a report. They were in Gainesville O-Dome, drew 9,742 fans. The performance of the night belonged to The Undertaker. Didn't he want to go to Japan or something? 89 show rating. It was a taping, hasn't been broadcast. So we see Goldust defeating Rick Titan. Who's that? Sounds like a WWE employee. There was an interview with Shawn Michaels, an interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin, a backstage segment with Jeff Jarrett, a backstage segment with Doc Hendricks, Mankind, and the Devil Machines. Who are these names? I think these are automatically generated teams by the game, aren't they? Mankind and the Devil Machines defeated Triple H and the Dogs of War. These names also sound very generic. So I think I looked that up last time I played, but it has been a while. So we had Glenn Jacobs, Mick Foley, Rikishi, Fatu. So the Devil Machines are Rikishi and Kane, basically, or what? Triple H and the Dogs of War. The Dogs of War are Jake Roberts and Savio Vega. Interesting that they form these teams. Does the game inform me about new teams? Or maybe some of them were even actual teams and I just don't know them. So then Bret Hart and The Undertaker, no team name, defeated Psycho Sid and Shawn Michaels with a great 97 rating. And Steve Austin defeated Mark Merrow in a ladder match to retain the WWF World Heavyweight title. Mark Merrow gets a title shot on Raw, but why not? We see quite a lot of ladder matches here. So they're incoming for WWF. It has been reported that WWF are looking to bolster their roster with at least one contract being offered in the last 48 hours. It is said that the management of the promotion feel that they are weak in some areas. These additions will help solve some problems. Yeah, this is when it's really getting interesting, how we are still just a few months away from the start of this program, but now how the simulation really changes the course of history, kind of, no? And we can compare what actually happened in reality. At the end of '96, Stone Cold was not the WWF champion yet. He had to wait, basically almost 2 more years, 1.5 years at least. So until WrestleMania 1998. So WWC new team: Too Cold El Bronco #1 and Too Cold Scorpio. We see WCW Saturday Night in the Gymnasium, 2,400 fans. Lord Steven Riedel was the MVP of the show. We see Scott Norton and the Sharpshooters defeat Chris Jericho and Heavy Duty. So the Sharpshooters are Max Muscle and Mike Rotunda. Heavy Duty are Ice Train and Jeff Farmer. I have no idea who these people are. There was a backstage segment with Booker T, a backstage segment with Scott Steiner. Hugh Morris defeated Disco Inferno. Conan and John Tenta defeated Alex Red and the Renegade. Greg Valentine defeated Jim Powers. 45 show rating. So are these individual shows? Wasn't this taped before Nitro? Oh, no, I think these are individual shows, huh? Seems so. United States Championship Wrestling. I just look at the main event. The main event, Jerry Lawler defeated Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee to retain the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship. And they are working with the WWF, right? Because they have Mabel and Jeff Jarrett on these shows. Oh, there was a championship win by who? I couldn't get it. Butch Miller. Now, WWF plotting new feud. Thanks for informing us. According to sources within WWF, the company is looking at a potential feud between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart to help drive interest for the next few months. Apparently, the tentative current plan is for these two stars to begin planning the seeds for a storyline at the next show. Yeah, I think these two have the potential to show us something really creative. So then and who is gonna challenge the WWF champion Steve Austin? So Jerry Lawler here on WWF Superstars. Jerry Lawler and Yokozuna confronted each other backstage and had to be pulled apart. Mark Henry defeated Rick Titan. Who is Rick Titan? I don't know the guy. Photo doesn't help me. There was a backstage segment with Vince McMahon, still I guess babyface Vince McMahon. Sonny had a backstage segment. The Sultan and Shining Force. Those are Alex Porto and Barry Horowitz? No. The Sultan? Where's the Sultan here? No, Rikishi. Anyway, the Sultan and Shining Force defeated Bob Holly and Team Zero Tolerance. Also sounds like a generic name. Isaac Yankem defeated Freddie Joe Floyd. Who and Jake Roberts defeated The Goon and Justin Bradshaw. Who is Jim Neidhart? Why is he called Who? We were in the Flickinger Center, Tri-State, 3,000 people in attendance, 58 show rating. The Plague, The Undertaker, Mankind, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, and Sonny will apparently debut as a new stable, The Plague. Also quite generic name, but this is quite a somewhat interesting name. According to our in pandemic times, you couldn't call yourself like this, but we are in November 1996. But what a collection of characters. Undertaker and Mankind, I can see them go together somehow. Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett, they work well together, but how do they fit in with The Undertaker and Mankind and then Sonny in the mix? And this is 1996 Sonny. I hope in the game she will not have such a sad development as she has in real life. Now she's here teaming with The Undertaker, Mankind, Jerry Lawler, and Jeff Jarrett. Paul Bearer to stay with WWF. It seems that Paul Bearer is set to remain with WWF. Is he in that stable too? I mean, he managed Mankind, he managed The Undertaker. That works, but how do Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, and Sonny of all people fit in there? Do they also get spooky outfits? With his contract about to expire, there had been some rumors that he could leave, but these now appear unfounded. Then we see a new storyline for Doink the Clown, but he's on ECW. Doink the Clown against Tommy Dreamer, said to be a main storyline. Also Raven against Steve Williams, sounds interesting to me. 3,000 fans. Jake Roberts was the star of the show. Incoming for WCW, they also want to hire somebody, allegedly made an offer within the last 48 hours. So, what's going on now? New champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Who's that? Keiji Muto. Yeah. He is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion for the third time. Congratulations. He defeated Hashimoto. So, and New Japan Strong Emperor. Let's just look at the main events. Keiji Muto defeated Hashimoto for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. Tatsumi Fujinami and Riki Choshu defeated Hase and Antonio Inoki. El Samurai defeated Jushin Thunder Liger to retain the Junior Heavyweight title. So we a lot of shows here, a lot of tapings. WWF hired King Kong Bundy. Was he gone? Last night, WWF reached an agreement to bring King Kong Bundy onto their roster. Reports indicate that he has been hired on an exclusively written contract. I think, didn't he wrestle The Undertaker in 1996 or so? So, was he gone? Didn't know that. I know the game in the database, it is programmed that like upcoming debuts, that like CM Punk will debut in such and such a year and so on, but I think they don't have these details, like somebody comes back at a certain time. I guess this is now really simulated by the game, that they hire King Kong Bundy. This tells me that this is interesting. This is really interesting. WWF hires Rey Mysterio Jr. in 1996. He came to the WWF 6 years later, in reality 2002, and he was not a main eventer, but still an important figure on WCW programming over the years. And now the WWF hires him. WWF gets Rey Mysterio. That's a big... They hire a lot of people. They also hired Tatanka, but with him I wasn't sure. I didn't even know that he was gone. And they hired Nelson Knight. Mabel. Was he gone? Is he now called Nelson Knight? Also sounds spooky. Will he join The Undertaker? Bill Dundee retires. Ooh. He's looking to enjoy the business from a different perspective. Will he be booking or what? He will remain in the industry. Now it's getting really interesting. WWF with some big acquisitions, some big men, and Rey Mysterio. But who will they sign more people? They're really gonna fight back at WCW here. They hire the Warlord. Coco Beware. I mean, these are familiar faces. WCW also wanted to hire people, but so far they haven't done that. They had WCW Saturday Night shown, got a 0.15 TV rating, 118,000 viewers. New faces in All Japan Pro Wrestling. They wanna also hire people. Yeah, WWF is really on a hiring spree here, hiring tons of people. Then we get an airing of WWF Superstars, 0.1 TV rating, not too expensive. Impressive. Paul Bearer gets a contract extension. Now it's really getting really interesting. WWF is going into a different mode now. Now we have Monday Night Raw, the taped version shown, gets a 1.43 TV rating, over 1 million viewers. But Nitro had 5,500 people in attendance. Ric Flair was the star of the show. ECW got an 0.05 TV rating, also 0.05 TV rating. Let's see what happened on the show. 87 rating. Randy Savage cut a heated promo about the Giant. Hollywood Hulk Hogan left Sting laying after a brawl broke out. Here they give us some details what actually happened. Sometimes they just say backstage segment. Why don't they tell us that? But here they tell us that he beat up the other guy. Okay, maybe because here is only one person involved. So, Earl Robert Eaton defeated Sergeant Craig Pittman. Who the hell is that? Okay, I have never seen that guy. Interview with Ted DiBiase, interview with DDP, backstage segment with Booker T. DDP defeated Conan. Randy Savage defeated Max Marshall, backstage segment with Gene Okerlund. Gene just by himself, maybe he hyped some programmings also. John Tenta and the Steiner brothers defeated the Dungeon of Doom, the Barbarian, Kevin Sullivan, and Big Bubba Rogers. There was an interview with Scott Hall. Hollywood Hulk Hogan defeated Joey Max. Lex Luger defeated Chris Benoit, Jim Duggan, and Eddie Guerrero to retain the WCW television title. He defends that title a lot. And the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair and Arn Anderson, defeated Sting and the Warrior. Very good television main event. The interview with Scott Hall was also really hot. So, and we are getting closer to the big events. Honky Tonk Man signs with the WWF. WWF keeps on hiring people. And we have a Raw report, 8,932 fans. Undertaker, the star of the show. What happened on that program? 77 show rating. Owen Hart defeated Aldo Montoya. Will we already see some of the new people? Backstage segment with Triple H. Backstage segment with Brian Pillman. An interview with Farouk. Backstage segment with Mankind. The Warlord and the Smoking Guns defeated Tatanka and the Godwins. Yeah, Tatanka already on the show here. Shawn Michaels defeated the Brooklyn Brawler. And The Undertaker defeated who? Jim Neidhart. Why is he called who? I guess the game also gives people new gimmicks, doesn't it? Seems so. So WCW... Oh no, they signed Kama Mustafa. Later to be known as the Godfather. He goes to WCW. Interesting. So the other companies also seemingly want to hire people. The WWF has really been incredibly active. They are in offensive mode here. They want to get back to the top. But WCW hires Bam and Bigelow. That's a very interesting acquisition. Very talented big man, as everybody knows. WCW Saturday Night. 2,500 people. What happened on that show? An interview with the Blue Bloods. Regal and Dave Taylor. Greg Valentine and High Voltage defeated Disco Inferno and Heavy Duty. Backstage segment with Booker T. Backstage segment with Gene Okerlund. Conan defeated Hugh Morris. Papa Shango defeated Jim Powers. And the Blue Bloods defeated American Males. American Males are Marcus Bagwell and Scotty Riggs. 65 show rating. Oh, Villano 46 dies. In tragic news, it has been announced that Villano 346 passed away last night after defying probability by being struck by lightning twice in quick succession. Tributes from friends and colleagues have been pouring in all day. Yeah, I feel this is a bit difficult to play in a game that there were fictional deaths of people here. That I guess did not happen like that. I mean, I don't know the guy, but... Yeah, but actually, at the end of the day, this is just a simulation. This is not real, and it's being presented like a news and not in a distasteful way. So I think we have to live with that, and otherwise it wouldn't be a realistic simulation. In this game, yeah, thrives on realism. So, but yeah, still feels a bit weird to read stuff like this. So we, I guess, have to take it for what it is, a simulation, but nothing more. So injury for La Parka. Yeah, seeing fictional injuries displayed is also going into that direction anyway. So Juliano 3, rest in peace at the age of 46. Injury for La Parka. So please don't consider this as being disrespectful. So it's not supposed to, it's not meant like that. And before this happened, I didn't even know that I would have to read stuff like that. So we continue with the simulation. Take it as a simulation. The Partisans, also a new stable. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Mark Merrow, Yokozuna, Doc Hendricks, and Jose Lothario will apparently debut as a new stable. Another new stable. I mean, this, I can see that. The game seems to know who likes each other. Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Jose Lothario. Doc Hendricks, Michael Hayes is in there. Yokozuna, Mark Merrow. This, I can imagine that. Mark Merrow, also kind of cocky guy. Doc Hendricks, anyway, and big muscle in Yokozuna, who maybe also likes to party. Partisans. I don't know if that name fits really well. But interesting, new stables here. Maybe they will fight the plague. So, WWF Superstars, 59 rating, Northwest on Thursday, not broadcast yet, 2,300 people. The Body Donnas defeated the Shining Force. There was a backstage segment with Vince McMahon and another one with Mr. Perfect. Jake Roberts and Team Zero Tolerance defeated King Kong Bundy and the Devil Machines. Tatanka defeated the Goon and the Warlord defeated Bob Holly. Yeah, we see quite a lot of the new wrestlers. Milano 5 title win. Oh, there. Yeah, that's why I guess the number is there. Are they from the same family, or I don't know them. So feedback from viewers has been okay, although as always there's a few extremists who either loved it or hated it. Yeah, this is how wrestling is. Brian Adams looks abroad. He mentioned in the interview he hopes to wrestle in more foreign places. He is in the WWF at the moment. So Milano 4 turn. There's a lot happening. Is this related to the sad news we got before, or are they always so active? So we continue. We see double A here. Kawada with a turn. So then here we Haruka Eigen retires. I don't know the guy. No WWF WCW related news here. Oh, sorry folks, my microphone was turned off. I hope you didn't miss too much, but at least you could see on the screen what was going on. I was talking, now I don't know what you may have missed and how long my micro has been off. So I don't want to repeat everything that I just said. I'll have to look at the video. So we see the November to Remember pre-show. Also, yeah, Supernova and Chris Chetty won. Also, Devon Dudley and Sammy the Silk defeated Devon Storm and Rob Van Dam. Then on the main show, there was an angle with Raven and Steve Williams. They had an angry confrontation. Sabu and Shane Douglas brawled, had to be physically pulled apart. We only have these few standard descriptions here, I guess. Dave Finlay and Violent Conduct defeated Bubba Dudley and Bad Breed. Who are these people? Axel Rotten, Bubba Ray Dudley, and Ian Rotten. Probably a real team that had that name. Dave Finlay with a good old mustache. Glenn Osborne and Steve Corino. An interview with Taz. Stevie Richards defeated Mikey Ripwreck. An interview with Bill Alfonso. Mikey Ripwreck attacked Stevie Richards. An interview with Bam Bam Bigelow. Didn't he just go to WCW? Guess he can still work here. The Eliminators defeat the Gangsters and the Pitbulls to retain the ECW World Tag Team titles. Backstage segment with Francine. The Sandman defeated Taz. 911 defeated Shane Douglas for the television title. Sabu and Tommy Dreamer defeated One Man Gang and Doink the Clown. What an odd team. Too Cold Scorpio defeated Bam Bam Bigelow. And Raven defeated Steve Williams to retain the ECW World Heavyweight title. And here it just says 911 defeated him for the title. Does that mean that this is a title change? Because in the other descriptions it says that the title was retained. So ECW Hardcore TV, 71 show rating. I guess it was taped before or after the pay-per-view. Just look at the main event. Sabu and Tommy Dreamer defeat Raven's Nest, Raven and Steve Richards. This is not a computer-generated name. Another taping for Hardcore TV. One Man Gang, Doink the Clown defeated Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman in a tables match in the main event. Not gonna read all the other stuff. WWF Extension Rumor. The rumor is indicating Billy Gunn is set to sign a contract extension to stay. WCW Extension Rumor with Chavo Guerrero. Thrasher goes to ECW. Will Mosh also join him? And I just wanted to see if there was a title change on ECW. So Extreme titles. 911. I guess he has. Oh yeah, was a title win. The reign began. Oh, okay. That actually was a title change, so congratulations, Dushin Thunder Liger. I've heard of that guy before. So then, All Japan Pro Wrestling disband a stable. WWF Saturday Superstars shown. 0.1 TV rating. So we are in week 3 of November. Does this game know how to do Survivor Series matches and the Survivor Series surgery for the Stalker? It was a success. So then Monday Nitro. 88 show rating, over 12,000 people in the Marriott Convention Center in Mid-South. So we got Dean Malenko defeat Jim Powers, a backstage segment with Jimmy Hart, backstage segment with Scott Steiner, backstage segment with Bam Bam Bigelow, an interview with DDP, and backstage segment with Booker T. A lot of backstage stuff. But then we got some wrestling. Jim Duggan and the Steiner brothers defeated Earl, Robert Eaton, and the Sharpshooters. Sting defeated Chris Kanyon. There was an interview with Scott Hall, and DDP defeated Eddie Guerrero. Hulk Hogan defeated Juventud Guerrera. What a match. Lex Luger and the Warrior defeated the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit. And the Giant defeated Randy Savage to retain the WCW Heavyweight Championship. So Monday Night Raw was shown. 1.42 TV rating, over 1 million viewers again. ECW Hardcore TV a 0.05 TV rating. Chavo stays. Chavo Jr. stays with WCW. Will WCW have a pay-per-view in November? New team, WWF Team Smash Mouth are the newest tag team force, duo consisting of the British Bulldog and Vader. Nice team. Here they inform me about new teams, but I think there have been some other teams formed and the game didn't tell me, or have I forgot? I didn't pay attention. So we got Raw results. This is a taping. Honky Tonk Man and the Smoking Guns defeated Rey Mysterio Jr. and the Godwins. I guess this is Rey Mysterio's debut on WWF television. Starts with a loss to the Honky Tonk Man and co. Backstage segment with the Doc Hendricks. Backstage segment with Brian Pillman. An interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Backstage segment with Rey Mysterio. The Partisans, Mark Merrow and Yokozuna defeat the Plague. Yeah, they start feuding now. Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett. Shawn Michaels defeated the Brooklyn Brawler. Camp Cornette, British Bulldog, and Vader defeated Goldust and who? Now they're called Camp Cornette. I thought their new name is Team Smash Mouth. But they're also known as Camp Cornette, British Bulldog, and Vader. I don't get that. Is that a bug or feature? Or WWF confusion? Vince McMahon changing his mind all the time? Or is that a bug? Let me know if you know. WWF extend the deal with Billy Gunn. Then, what will happen? Survivor Series, kind of the start of the way to WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania, if you will. So WCW Saturday night, 2,500 people, 55 show rating, a taping. Interview with Conan and John Tenta. VK Wall Street defeated Juventud Guerrera. Backstage segment with Bam Bam Bigelow. Backstage segment with Booker T. Alex Wright and the Blue Bloods defeat Disco Inferno and Heavy Duty. The Booty Man, not the Boogeyman, defeated Human. Who's the Booty Man? Is that Billy Gunn? No, he just signed with Ed Leslie, is it? Here they give us their real names. So he defeated Hugh Morris. Greg Valentine, Scott Norton defeat Conan and John Tenta. United States Championship Wrestling, so Bill Dundee's not on the show anymore. Jerry Lawler defeated his son Brian Christopher in the main event. Then we see Chris Adams won a title in Puerto Rico. Congratulations. ECW and WCIU TV. ECW conference call last night confirmed that they have signed a deal with WCIU TV to show their future events. This deal marks an important part of their broadcasting strategy. It will also be interesting how ECW will develop. Maybe they can become a bigger deal here. I mean, they still had a few years in reality as well, but yeah, they got bought at basically almost the same time as WCW. So then Patanaka has surgery. There's WWF Superstars, Sellout, taping. Tatanka defeated Salvatore Sincere. Backstage segment with Jim Cornette. Love to see that. Backstage segment with Hannah Hearst Helmsley. Backstage segment with Doc Hendricks. Both are members of a stable now, aren't they? Backstage segment with Vince McMahon, Savio Vega and the Body Donnas defeated King Kong Bundy and the New Rockers. The Godwins defeated the Devil Machines, and the Warlord defeated Bob Holly, who I wouldn't go out of my way to get to watch that program. WWF still want to sign new talent. And who's actually challenging Steve Austin? Do we have some ongoing storylines at the moment? So Terry Funk wins the title. FMW saw a title change. Onita lost the FMW Independent Heavyweight title to Terry Funk. So good for the Funkster. Then Ric Flair staying with WCW? Question mark. Probably, maybe. The Renegade maybe re-signing with WCW. We got Saturday Night aired, 0.17 TV rating. Yeah. Let's continue. New team, Rick Titan and the Goon. Oh, they are called Firehouse, seemingly. So, WWF Survivor Series took place. I'm thrilled to see that. 80 show rating, Astrodome, Mid-South, 49,000 people attend. That's a big crowd for the number two promotion of the country at the moment. In the pre-show, Rick Titan and the Goon defeated the Disposable Heroes. Here they didn't tell us who that is. Bill Irwin, Rick Titan, Tracy Smothers, and Rocky Maivia. The Rock and Tracy Smothers are in a tag team. This is always in a weird order. Okay, because they won at least. Tracy Smothers is one hell of a talent, but he teams up with The Rock in the pre-show. Survivor Series 96, wasn't that his debut? So, Shawn Michaels taunted Bret Hart in a backstage interview. Yeah, they have some history at Survivor Series. And then I guess we get Survivor Series. Are these elimination matches or just 4 versus 4 matches? Here we get all the performance ratings. So, Viscera, now he's already called Viscera. He didn't get that name before 1999, I guess. Viscera, Barry Horowitz and the Body Donners defeated Bradshaw, Brooklyn Brawler and Shining Force. So, Tom Pritchard with that short blonde hair. So, Shining Force are Justin, he's already called Just Incredible, not Aldo Montoya. Now it's getting a bit weird that they already got their late names, Viscera and Just Incredible. Steve Lombardi and Tom Brandi. Steve Lombardi is the Brooklyn Brawler. Just Incredible and Tom Brandi. Backstage segment with Brian Pillman, a backstage segment with Jim Cornette, a backstage segment with Sonny. Goldust, Who, Coco Beware, and Bob Holly defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin, King Kong Bundy, and the Devil Machine. So the WWF champion is not even in the main event, and he loses to guys like Bob Holly. Owen Hart, no disrespect, like Bob Holly. Owen Hart, Savio Vega, Tatanka, and Rey Mysterio Jr. defeat Farouk, Honky Tonk Man, and the New Rockers. Yeah, but the title's not on the line. Maybe the champion can lose and start some storylines. Rey Mysterio on the winning team. And in the main event, Bret Hart, the Warlord, and the Smoking Guns defeated Psycho Sid, Jake Roberts, and the Godwins. Shawn Michaels didn't wrestle on this show. Is he injured? I wanna... Let me see. Shawn Michaels, 31 years old. Yeah, Shawn Michaels is actually really injured. So, main screen. Survivor says Stone Cold put in the performance of the show. Superstars aired 0.12 rating. So we got Survivor Series. And will WCW have a pay-per-view? Monday Nitro took place, 84 rating, Les Murakami Stadium in Hawaii, 4,200 people sold out. Interview segment, Hulk Hogan marked Sting, Arn Anderson defeated Billy Kidman, backstage segment with Arn Anderson, interview with Ted DiBiase, Hulk Hogan defeated Glacier. Backstage segment with Bam Bam Bigelow, backstage segment with DDP, backstage segment with Scott Steiner, Dungeon of Doom, Big Bubba Rogers, The Giant, and Kevin Sullivan defeated Jim Duggan and Harlem Heat. Sting defeated Bobby Eaton. The Outsiders defeated the Nasty Boys. Randy Savage defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, and we got our fighting champion again in the main event. Lex Luger defeats Chris Benoit to retain the WCW World Television title. That title gains a lot of, popularity, importance, value, gets defended almost every week. The Monday Night Raw aired 1.4 TV rating, over 1 million viewers. Again, ECW gets a 0.05 TV rating, about 40,000 viewers. WCW set their sights. They want to bring in some new faces. WWF hire Virgil. Keep on signing. Renegade stays with WCW. So we finished this week and then we finished this video. Whether WCW has a pay-per-view or not. Steve Austin invents a new move. This is interesting. One of the highlights of Raw last night was when Stone Cold Steve Austin popped the crowd with an amazing new move. He learned a new hold. WWE fans have been buzzing about it since its debut, and given the reaction it garnered, it's a sure thing that you now see. Yeah, but could you tell me what move it is? They don't tell us what move it was. Very vague description. So Monday Night Raw got 10,000 viewers. Bret Hart was the star of the show. And here we see 84 rating. It was a taping again. Smoking Guns defeat the Godwins to retain the WWF Tag Team titles. Backstage segment with good old Jim Cornette again. Backstage segment with Brian Pillman. The amount of talent on this show is incredible. An interview with Roddy Piper. and a backstage segment with Mr. Perfect. You see 4 segments and you get guys like Cornette, Pillman, Piper, and Perfect. Imagine that these days, my god. The Partisans, Yokozuna, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H defeated Honky Tonk Man and the New Rockers. Interesting combination. Owen Hart and Psycho Sid defeated Farouk and Bret Hart. And Steve Austin defeated Goldust to retain the WWF Heavyweight title. That match was very over with the fans. So WCW extend their deal with Ric Flair. That's a big deal. Ric Flair stays with World Championship Wrestling. Otto Wanz. Glad to see him. Fellow European. Then WWF offers a contract to Brian Pillman. Everybody knows about his talent. 45 rating for WCW Saturday Night. 2,400 people in attendance. Hugh Morris defeats Rocco Rock via disqualification. Backstage segment with Arn Anderson. Backstage segment with Jimmy Hart. American Males defeat the James Boys by countout. Jim Powers and Pitch Black defeat Alex Wright and the Blue Bloods. John Tenta defeats Greg Valentine. So then feedback from US has been harsh. Many feeling badly let down. Performance of the night belonged to Eddie Guerrero. On which team is Eddie Guerrero here? A weird tag team or what? Where's Eddie? I don't see Eddie here. Eddie is in a team. Pitch Black. Pitch Black is Eddie Guerrero and Conan. Okay. Makes sense somehow. Oh, they joined Kai and Tai. It's not the WWF Kai and Tai, right? The convict kicked out. So. The Great Kabuki. New team, WWF Team Slaughter, Tatanka and Viscera. It's not Sergeant Slaughter. The name makes sense for a guy named Viscera. He teams with Tatanka. Raven joins WCW. That's a big deal. But is he now completely out of ECW? WWF Superstars. Taped in Puerto Rico. Bob Holly defeats Bradshaw. Backstage segment with Perfect. Backstage segment with Cornette, backstage segment with Vince McMahon, and a backstage segment with Sunny. Sunny has the most popular segment on the show. Savio Vega and the Body Donnas defeat Isaac Yankem and Shining Cross. Is Sunny still with the Body Donnas? Virgil defeated the Sultan, and Coco Beware defeated King Kong Bundy. So King Kong Bundy does not get the biggest push straight away, even though he was in the main event of this program. So, doesn't seem to have gone particularly well. The fans were not too pleased with that show. Is this set in the database that they will start having shows like SmackDown in the future also? Arn Anderson out of WCW question mark? That's interesting. May he go to the WWF? Or imagine a guy like Arn Anderson in ECW. So we had a lot of hardcore TV tapings here. 69 show rating, 400 people. I only read the main event. Main event, Sandman and Tommy Dreamer defeat Taz and Doink the Clown. Then got some tapings here. Taz and Shane Douglas defeat Steve Williams and Sabu in a cage match. Shane Douglas defeats Steve Williams. A lot of shows were booked here. The fans had to have some stamina. The Sandman defeated Devon Dudley in a ladder match. Tommy Dreamer wows fans. He added a brand new move to his arsenal, getting one of the best reactions of the evening. The move has been described as fantastic, but they don't describe what move it is. New team in ECW. Mikey Ripwreck and Rob Van Dam. They are named the Replacements from the generic name generator. Saturday Night was shown a 0.16 television rating. So WCW had World War III. Didn't they have this huge battle royal? So Warrior and Kevin Nash got into a backstage brawl. Randy Savage and the Giant confronted each other backstage, had to be pulled apart. Johnny Grunge and Juventud Guerrera. So this is Raven, I guess. No, it's not Raven. Sorry. Johnny Grunge is Johnny Grunge. And Juventud Guerrero defeated Ultimo Dragon and Max Muscle. Johnny Polo was Raven. Backstage segment with the DDP. Backstage segment with Bam Bam Bigelow, John Tenta, the Booty Man, and Mr. JL. Jerry Lynn defeated Chris Canyon and High Voltage. Interview with Lex Luger. Video hyped Harlem Heat versus the Blue Bloods. Harlem Heat defeated the Blue Bloods to retain the WCW Tag Team titles. Randy Savage won a 30 wrestler battle royal to win the WCW World War III battle royal. And Rick Steiner won a 15 wrestler battle royal. Because we couldn't have a... didn't they have 40 man battle royals also? Or the biggest battle royals? Now we had... It's strange that we had 2 different battle royals. First a big one, then a smaller one. Randy Savage was not in here. Randy Savage was in the big battle royal, Sting, Skull, and so on. Do we get something for all that? This is supposed to be a title. I guess this is not... It's just because the game doesn't know how to simulate something like that. I guess this is not a title that will be defeated now. But what does that mean? That Randy Savage won this battle royal. Yeah, this is the stuff which the game... I guess cannot really simulate, but I don't even know what World War III, what the rules of that were, if that had any implications. Big win for Randy Savage. He outlasted 29 other wrestlers. So WWF Superstars got a 0.1 TV rating. Feedback was okay. World War III got 35,000 fans in Northwest. 64 show rating. Extension for Brian Pillman. WWF. And yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.